What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am on a mission right now to go find trailer tires. So let me start by saying next week we are going to be at LS Fest East, and I'm going to make it a point to fix my lens so that it doesn't have to glare anymore. But we are going to be at LS Fest East in Bowling Green, Kentucky at Beech Raceway, and we are going to be taking part in the drift competition, the drift challenge. So what that means is that Wednesday morning, we're gonna be hitting the road. We're gonna be arriving, we're gonna be stopping in Nashville for the night, and then on Thursday morning, we will be getting to Bowling Green, and basically from there, we're gonna set up on Thursday, get all checked in. Thursday night in Bowling Green, there's gonna be a drift car cruise that goes from the track about 10 minutes into town, and we're gonna have like a big car show, drift car show for like an hour or two in town. So, and that's open to the public. So if you're in town, make sure you come out for it and check it out. But then Friday, we go right into LS Fest. We have a practice session. We have qualifying in the evening. And then assuming all goes well and we qualify, Saturday we have another practice session, top 32, top 16. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself on that one. But what I need to do now is I've been busting my butt for the last week, really, prepping the car, making sure it's gonna pass tech, because there were a couple things I had to change, and also prepping the trailer and the Escalade. So today, on my break, my lunch break, I knocked out a oil change in the Escalade. So that was good. Next, I need to get 2 trailer tires, because when we drove up to Pennsylvania back in June, 2 trailer tires, we hit a big pothole, wiped out 2 trailer tires. And I put my spare on, and luckily we found a Tractor Supply that had a wheels with tires mounted like at the next exit, and they were going to close in like 15 minutes. We got there and I bought 2. So I put new wheels and tires on one side of the trailer, not the other, with the idea that before LS Fest I was going to go buy new tires for the other side. On the way back from Pennsylvania back to Florida a few weeks ago, one of the tires just randomly decided for the belts to break. Same thing that happened to the other side. We didn't even hit any bumps this time. I'm just attributing it to the tires that I got put on about a year and a half ago were just trash tires off the rip. So I've been trying to track down tires and wheels from a Tractor Supply because I want to have matching tires and wheels on the trailer. So that's where I'm heading now. It was like an hour drive to this Tractor Supply that had them. That was the hardest part. I didn't think it would be so hard to find one that had 2 in stock. So I'm gonna stop there now, get the tires, then we're gonna head home, and I'm gonna give you guys an update on what we've done to the car, where we're at. And I just wanted to get a video out there before LS Fest, mainly to let you guys know that we're gonna be there, but just to check in and see where we're at, because after that, it's probably gonna be an LS Fest video. So let me grab these things and I'll check back in with you. All right, we are back home. So let's go over what we've done to the car. I got the 2 new trailer tires and wheels here. I just cleaned them up. I threw a little ceramic spray on them. Try and keep that white looking fresh in case like the grease slings out of the hubs or anything like that. It'll easily wipe off. So I got to get that on the driver's side of the trailer. And then the 2 tires that are on that side of the trailer have to go right here. These are the ones with the broken belts. They're all like bulged up here in the middle. If you could see that on camera, they're like real rounded out and like egg shaped. But I just have them for testing purposes. This one has been up here since I drive back, but I put another spare mount right here, and I got this guy on here. There's a little bit of flex. It's like a bolt-on deal. There's a little bit of flex, and that's in like the trailer itself, this bar. So I'm thinking about maybe welding a piece of steel from like the frame of the trailer here to this piece right here to strengthen it up, kind of like how the factory mount is. That way it'll kind of just prevent this from wiggling and rocking. But on the car, so we did a solid state battery cutoff switch to start. Let me open the hood here. So here under the hood, those of you that follow me on Instagram have seen I did a solid state battery cutoff switch, and I had to make a slight modification to the alternator wire. So instead of it going around back into that distribution block that I had, it comes around front here and then goes to the positive post of the battery, because it had to be on the constant side of the battery switch. Because if it wasn't, if I shut the battery switch off and the engine was running, the alternator would feed through the distribution block and keep everything running. So we got that, and then we have our cutoff switch right there. So the whole thing about a solid state is that basically you have a positive that goes to the positive post, then you have this ground wire that goes to your switch, and then it grounds out. So, and I actually just ran it to the ground post here. So basically what happens is your ground is completes the circuit, keeps the switch open. But when you switch that off, it breaks the ground and it disconnects solid state part of it. The relay inside disconnects the positive cable, and it kills power to everything on the car and shuts the car off. So in the event of an issue on track, that can be killed. So we did that. I drained some water out and added water wetter, and then topped it off with water again. So cooling system should be 100%. And then I also replaced the oil pressure sensor. I had to pull the strut bar off, pull the intake manifold off, kind of like wiggle it forward a little bit, just to get a socket down back in there. So we got a new oil pressure sensor, and we are reading oil pressure properly again. I was getting some crazy high and low readings, and when I drained the oil the other day, when I did an oil change with some VR1, it was a little shiny, a little glittery. The filter had some stuff in it, but you know, we're still making good oil pressure, so we're gonna keep running it until it don't run anymore, and then, you know, we'll put a different motor in it. So then around the back of the car, it's locked, but I pulled the bumper off and I added a tow strap. So basically this, I just bolted it in between the factory crash beam and cut a little hole in the bumper here, so that hangs out. I got to get a little sticker just pointing to it so that it is more visible. And then I need to work on mounting the bumper better here. So my exhaust, when I welded it, the tip faces the bumper a little too much. And I think what's happening is where the bumper wraps under, so basically from this line down is where it wraps underneath, it's catching the hot exhaust and it's causing the heat to build up and things to melt. So I think what I'm gonna do is trim basically from this line right here. I'm gonna trim along this line so we get rid of that wrap underneath, so that hopefully the exhaust will just come out instead of getting trapped in the bumper here, which you can see it's a little hot. So, and that caused it to melt, and then when it breaks off, it's all deformed and it's all screwed up. So I gotta massage that a little bit. On the wheel side of things, I've been working on painting my Mustang wheels white because I have the white Yankees in the front. So we'll do white Mustang wheels in the rear. So I got one set completely done. We have Zestino Acrova 07As mounted up, 255/35s. We have 8 of them. So we have 4 saline wheels, these 2, and those 2 that are still in progress over there. And then we have 4 RS05 RRs, and they are ready to go. So these will be all set. We're gonna put 2 of the salines on the back of the car, and then we're gonna strap all the others to the trailer. And then we have our little product display grid panel here. So remove that. We're just gonna throw this up at our pit just to show off some of the stuff we do. So we have a little sign here. We're gonna have some mini versions of our stickers that we include with our orders. So some mini send it stickers and some mini logo stickers. If anyone wants to take one, they'll be there. We don't have the billet pieces for our angle kits in yet. They're still being produced, but we have the 3D printed version that Fisher made, and then our adapter cup for the lower ball joint, and we have a bearing actually in there. So that's on display there. We have our handbrake mounting plate. We have our dual caliper brackets, and then all wrapped around here, we have our hydro handbrake line kit, and then we have our tow arms. So tow arm here, and then a factory tow arm here. You can see the difference in the thickness. You know, we keep that center adjustability, and this one is kind of seized. It only screws to a certain point, and that is the failure point of these. But we go from that pencil thickness to a nice beefier thickness, and then we get rid of the old worn out rubber bushings and we go to a nice solid heim joint there. So I figured I'll showcase some of the products that we offer. It's not all of them, but you know, some of the specific V parts. On the Escalade, I changed the oil today, and then I just need to rotate the tires, and Escalade should be good. Give it a good scrubbing. This thing right here, it's just sitting. I got to do a toe adjustment on the front, and then I am currently running the cut knuckles that were on this car pre-angle kit, because I had to steal the factory knuckles from this car and put them on this. So this thing is just cruising around on the street with some cut knuckles, but everything's good with that. So all in all, it's been a hectic week. I've also been trying to clean up the garage and just get our space all sorted out here. So I have a lot of parts that are trickling in for the angle kits. Like I mentioned, we got spherical bearings here. We have sway bar end links here. We have the tie rod adapters. We got a bunch of like nuts, bolts, hardware, and all that. We have our shanks. They're all here. We're pretty much just waiting for our batch of offset heim joints that we're using on the angle kits, which I've explained before. So we got a batch of those coming, pretty big batch. And then a batch of the billet parts, the angle blocks and all that stuff. So, and the adapters for the ball joints and things like that. So I've just been working to try and organize this place, get this desk set up. That's my other desk, get this area cleaned up, and just prepare to tackle this angle kit project once everything arrives, get it kitted, get these things available as soon as possible. We do have one kit that we're trying to get out the door as soon as it gets here, because it's gonna be at SEMA. So yeah, we got a lot going on, But I just wanted to make a quick update video to fill you guys in that we will be at LS Fest. The V is just about ready, it's so close, and we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. And Wednesday morning, we're hitting the road to Kentucky. So I am super stoked. I've never been up 75 that far. And basically, I'm so stoked to attend an LS Fest finally after years of wanting to go and years of having an LS powered car. You know, it's just super exciting and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you guys could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most importantly, drop a comment below. Just anything. Let me know if you're excited for LS Fest. There will be a live stream. Hopefully I don't disappoint you guys, but I'm gonna quit rambling. I just wanted to get something out there for you guys to fill you in. And like I said, hope to see you guys in the next video, being an LS Fest video. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.